Greetings, everybody. Samuel Washington with the Silicon Valley Black Chamber of Commerce and the Silicon Valley Center for Entrepreneurial Development. I hope all of you are having a great week and a great year. Today, I want to talk just a bit, hopefully, about Proposition 209, also known as the California Civil Rights Initiative. That law was implemented with 55% voter support in 1996 and was confirmed by the U.S. Supreme Court as legal and constitutional in 1997. The California Civil Rights Initiative, as it's dubiously known, is a law which prohibits and prevents state, county, city agencies and all of their departments from engaging in contracts, hiring, employment, business, professional services on behalf of race or based on race, ethnicity, or sex. Again, that was 1996. What are the results of that? Well, in 1996, when the city of San Jose was putting forward $20 million of its annual budget, which was well over $1 billion into engagement with minority and woman-owned businesses, that $20 million went to zero. The city of Oakland in 1996 was doing $30 million in spend with minority businesses. That $30 million went to zero. The 45% of its budget in the city and county of San Francisco that was used to engage with minority businesses went to zero. And that number has remained stable since. Even today, companies that have contracts with these cities and county and even the state have had them for decades and continue to hold on to them, and their partnership with minority businesses and women-owned businesses has been almost minimal, short of engagement on behalf of federal contracts, which still require affirmative action, hiring and engagement, and contracting services. But outside of that, literally tens of billions of dollars that were slated, that were used, that were actually in process of being used to maintain and establish equality within the business community were lost and removed from budget outlays. So what does that mean today? I attended a meeting recently where we were struggling to figure out how to engage minority businesses in a multi-billion-dollar contract with some county agencies, and they were really at a loss how to get around the prohibitions of Proposition 209. That's really unfortunate. Because what that means is, as has been the case since not just the founding of America, but even the founding of the state of California, Black and minority and other minority businesses have been literally excluded because there's no requirement to engage our businesses. And in that, unfortunately, historic discrimination remains. So the subject of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the state of California formally is a little more than talk. It's a little more than just lip service to the minority community, and especially, again, California's Black businesses. I am urging you to engage state leaders, the governor, the legislature, the Senate. We in the state of California have an absolute Democratic Party majority in the state, in this age where that party is arguing Black Lives Matter. If that's true, then by now we should long ago have addressed the California Civil Rights Initiative, either ways to get around it, ways to resolve it, ways to abrogate it in some way, so that the opportunities to drive again minority engagement in California's business environment, both civil and commercial, are improved. There's got to be a way to do that. I'm just saying, how can that be in the age of Black Lives Matter? Major corporations here in Silicon Valley are the same. Their business engagement with minority communities, and specifically with Black businesses, is at 1% or less of their business and contracting spend. And by the way, the California Civil Rights Initiative also affected educational institutions. Those programs that aided minority students and women students into getting in educational programs, those programs have tanked. So I'm saying to you that, as members of the Silicon Valley Black Chamber, as partners, as supporters uh, of minority business engagement, of woman-owned business engagement, that we need to take this up immediately. And the state of California, its Democrat leadership needs to take this up immediately as a means of ending the crippling discrimination that is established here in California in its cities and governments, yes, and in its business community. That's the reason for this discussion. I'm Sam Washington here at the Silicon Valley Black Chamber, asking you to consider joining us as this is one more initiative that we are driving in order to improve the diversity of our business community, the equity role that we play in just being able to participate in the business environment here in this state. Yeah, and our inclusion. We have a number of programs that are operating based on federal dollars, but I'm saying to you this. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are saying Black Lives Matter, then it needs to be more than lip service. In fact, if we are saying minority lives matter, it needs to be more than lip service. We need to drive the restoration of opportunities for Black, Asian, Hispanic, Native American businesses in the state of California as a standard here in what we used to call the Golden State. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.